Korean traditional performances convey hope. Korean nurse gives hope in Germany. K-fashion featured in Paris. Sausages made by masters. The artist doctor. Mime artist Kim Won. Hello, welcome to Going Global. I'm your host, Jung Se-mi. Now, how are you getting on in this heat? Wouldn't it be nice if clothes could cool you down like fans when it's stifling hot? Japan, known for its sweltering summers, have come up with clothes embedded with fans. One Japanese clothing manufacturer created what it calls a cooler jacket. And there's a specialty-made fan attached to the bottom part of the shirt. And turning the fan on will draw air into the shirt. And of course, this creates a balloon effect. But this may be a boon for those who are especially weak against heat. And now, let's start with our first story of the day. Seattle was host to a performance based on Korea's intangible cultural asset, Kungut, or Great Right. The performance was crowdfunded, and a Korean expatriate was responsible for organizing it. Let's find out more.
This is a performance about a journey to the utopian island of Yeodo featured in Jeju folklore. The 500 audience members give a hearty applause at the end. Even though the show is over, there is one more impromptu performance.
I've never seen anything like this before. Yes, sir. And I would go to Korea just to see this.
The performance was organized by Korean expatriate Moon Min Jung with the help of crowdfunding. 229 people from all over the world provided a total of $23,000 in order for Moon to invite Jeju-based dancers, troupe Maro, to Seattle. There was a special reason Moon wanted to put on a performance by Maro.
3년 전에 제 아버지가 위암으로 하늘나라로 떠나셨는데 마루의 공연을 보고 정말 다시 새롭게 시작할 수 있는 희망을 가질 수 있게 됐습니다.
Moon left for New York after her father's death and consoled herself by watching numerous performances. She wanted to share the hope and inspiration she received from Korean performances with others.
지금까지 저희 시애틀에서 이렇게 수준 높은 한국 공연을 하긴 본 기억이 정말 거의 없었던 것 같아요. 굉장히 정말로 감사하게 생각하고요.
Made possible by crowdfunding, the performance was a great success.
Our next story takes us to Germany. You're probably familiar with the story of how Korean nurses were sent to Germany as guest workers in the 1960s and 70s. They faced many difficulties, but one nurse overcame her struggles and is sowing hope in the hearts of those who are facing even greater difficulties. Let's find out more.
Korean nurse Chun Kwang-soo recently retired from a hospital in Berlin where she was the head nurse. Even so, she is still very busy. She spends her days helping children in Uganda, Africa.
시민들이 한 푼, 두 푼 넣은 거 우리가 잘 쓰고 있습니다. 아프리카에서 큰 도움이 되죠.
Jung began her quest to help Africa in 2003. Since then, she has built hospitals and schools in Uganda, a nation fighting poverty and AIDS. She began her aid efforts after meeting her husband, who came to Germany from Uganda to study. Her husband passed away 2 years ago from a heart attack, but Jung is working with her son to accomplish her goals. The hospital where she worked for almost 50 years also helps by providing hospital beds and medicine for free.
Also wir in Deutschland kennen das Elend in Afrika nur zu einem kleinen Teil natürlich. Aber was wir von ihr gehört haben und was wir an Engagement gesehen haben, was sie macht, hat uns quasi motiviert.
Jung was born during the Korean War and came to Germany in 1970 to escape abject poverty. She faced tough working conditions, discrimination, and cultural shock.
아무리 우리는 힘이 드는 일이라도 뭐 인상을 쓰거나 그런 게 없었거든. 상냥하게 뭐 웃고 그렇게 하니까는 차라리 내가 와서 하는 걸 그 사람 더 좋아하더라고.
In the end, she overcame all the hurdles, and now she's reaching out to those in need.
배고픈 사람들을 도울 수 있다는 게 저는 굉장히 자랑스럽고 그 만족한 마음은 이렇게 진짜 표현할 수가 없지요.
Moving on to Paris. K-pop and K-dramas have taken the world by storm, and now it is K-fashion. 10 Korean designers came together under the name 10 Seoul and went to Paris to promote K-fashion. Let's take a closer look.
This is Leclerc, a famous fashion store located in the 3rd arrondissement of Paris. It bustles with people all day. The store is showcasing the works of 10 Korean designers who were selected to take part in the Seoul Design Foundation's 10 Seoul project.
아무래도 그 한류도 열풍이고 또 K-패션도 그 나날이 이제 세계적인 브랜드로 이렇게 거듭나고 있는 상황에서 이제 한국을 좀 대표하는 브랜드들 모두 이렇게 더 글로벌하게 만들기 위해서 한 자리 모였습니다.
It's an achievement that Korean fashion is being introduced in the Fashion Hub. Famous fashion media outlets and industry insiders showed great interest.
Une mode qui parle, qui est à la fois poétique et tout à fait en adéquation avec les demandes des marchés internationaux. Moi, je travaille pas seulement sur le marché français, je travaille sur l'international. Mais ça marche aussi bien chez les Français, ça peut marcher aussi bien chez les Italiens, que c'est des collections qui, après, apportent quelque chose.
K-fashion turned out to be more popular than expected, as clothes were sold as soon as they were displayed. The quiet but powerful energy of Korean designers is building up on the global stage.
지금 K-패션이 K-드라마, K-팝 그런 부분에 비해서는 좀 많이 알려지지 않았는데요. 그런 노력들을 열심히 하면 K-팝, K-드라마 못지않게 K-패션이 세계적인 주목을 받으리라고 생각합니다.
The 10 Seoul project will move on to London this coming September.
Moving on to our next story. Which country comes to mind when you think of sausages? Well, it's probably going to be Germany. There is definitely a great variety of sausages to try in Germany, and these are made by masters of the trade. Let's get a taste.
This is a butcher shop in the German city of Landshut. It not only sells raw meat, but also a variety of handmade sausages. There is a master butcher certification on one wall. In Germany, butcher shops must possess such a certificate.
Die Verantwortung als Meister ist sehr hoch, dem Kunden gegenüber mit frischen Produkten zu arbeiten und diese auch gesetzlich vertreten zu können. In Deutschland ist man immer noch verpflichtet, einen Metzgermeister zu haben, um in die Handwerksrolle eingetragen zu werden und selbstständig eine Metzgerei führen zu dürfen.
In order to become a master butcher, a person must go through the Meister course at a vocational school. This school was established in 1828, making it the world's oldest school of meat processing. The classes cover numerous subjects, from slaughtering to processing different cuts of meat. A student can become a certified master butcher after passing 17 tests over 6 months.
Die ich natürlich mit dem Meistertitel noch verstärken möchte. Dadurch ein bisschen mehr Ansehen auch bekomme, weil es ist eigentlich hier nicht mehr so üblich. Deswegen bin ich stolz, dass es nicht mehr so viele Leute machen.
Wir bekommen jeden Tag Anfragen, ob aus dem Inland, aus dem Ausland. Wir haben die Zeiten des Fachkräftemangels und die Absolventen sind wirklich sehr stark nachgefragt.
The IFFA, a meat processing exhibition, opens in Germany once every 3 years. This year, many people from all over the world came to learn about the secrets of German sausages and the Meister Butcher course. A Korean company signed a contract with a butchery institute to establish a school in Korea, making German techniques available in Korea.
한국의 정육점도 사실은 앞으로 이제 장기간 20-30년 뒤에는 독일처럼 이런 다양한 제품과 그다음에 높은 품질, 그다음에 안전한 위생 관리 이런 것들을 통해서 한 단계 좀 도약을 해야 될 거라고 생각을 하고 있고요.
The master butcher system ensures food safety through rigid standards. Such measures will make our dinner tables more enriching and healthy.
Our next story takes us to Ethiopia. There is a Korean doctor in his 70s who is volunteering his services over in Africa. He also draws the people he meets, earning him the name the artist doctor. Let's find out more.
Dr. Hong Gun is making a house call at the slums in Addis Ababa, the capital city of Ethiopia. He closely examines 17-year-old Bayuthi, who is suffering from cardiac disorder.
제가 한 달에 한 번씩 이렇게 방문을 해서 진찰을 하고 상태가 더 악화되지 않는 거를 이렇게 보고.
Hong spent 40 years working at a hospital in Chicago and came to Ethiopia 3 years ago. He came here after retirement to lend a hand to those who have no access to medical facilities. Ethiopia sent 6,000 soldiers to fight in the Korean War on South Korea's side. Dr. Hong is leading efforts at the hospital. He is volunteering to treat Korean War veterans for free.
ለታክምና ብለው ትእዛዝ ተላለፈልን። ትታከማላችሁና ሂዱና ብለው ፍቃድ ተሰጠን ከመስሪያ ቤት የኮሪያ መንግስት ፈቅዷልና ሄዱ ታከሙ ብለዋል። በዚህ መጣን። ዶክተሮቹ ደግሞ በጣም እንደ እናት እንደ አባት ነው የሚመለከቱኝ። ይወዱኛል በጣም።
Dr. Hong ends his day by drawing the people he's met. He has finally achieved his dream of becoming an artist in his 70s.
그분들하고 친구가 돼가지고 의사로서 그분들의 고충과 아픔을 이렇게 같이 나누면서 이분들이 돌아가시기 전에 한번 참전 용사를 주제로 한 작품 전시를 하고 싶은 게 꿈입니다.
It's time for our last story of the day. One man traded his enviable job at a major conglomerate for true happiness in slow life. Recently, he held a well-received mime performance where he compared himself to a snail. Let's find out more about mime artist Kim Won in France.
This man is imitating a snail in its slow movements. This mime performance conveys slow life, opposite of the hustle and bustle of today's world.
Je suis très touchée par ce travail. Je viens du monde du théâtre où on utilise beaucoup le texte. Et ici, il y a très peu de texte. Et pourtant, tout passe.
This is Kim Won, the sole Korean mime artist active in France. When he was younger, he studied philosophy and economics at a prestigious university in the United States. He was set for life, landing a job at a giant company. When he turned 30, he encountered miming by chance and fell so deeply in love with it that he quit his job and bought a ticket to Paris.
무섬으로 이게 생활을 살면 안 된다고 생각했어요. 그래서 우리 부모님 아무리 반대해도 제가 정말로 제가 쉬운 거를 찾는 거로 방향이 아니니까 더 힘든 방향으로 찾으니까 그리고 또 제가 깊게 배우고 싶은 거니까요.
Kim re-enrolled in a French university to learn the art of miming and earned a doctorate in performing arts. He realized that true happiness comes from doing what you want to do rather than from economic comfort.
조그만 카페 하나를 이렇게 마셔야 되는데 굉장히 천천히 마셨어요. 이렇게 천천히 굉장히 천천히 마시는 이렇게 하면서 제가 뭐가 느꼈냐면 저 등에 에너지가 딱딱딱 이렇게 불꽃게 이렇게 탁탁탁 나오고 음악이 나타나더라.
It has been 13 years since Kim took up miming. He does not have any special awards or notable performances on his resume, as he prefers street performances to flashy venues. Recently, though, he created a mime troupe in order to spread the happiness that comes with miming, and he is now teaching aspiring artists.
Il est très créatif, donc c'est comme s'il a besoin des voix pour donner raison à sa créativité, à son imaginaire. Il a un imaginaire très très riche.
Kim wishes to communicate with others via mime and share happiness, just like a slow but busy snail.
I hope you enjoyed today's stories on Going Global. The smartphone game Pokemon Go is all the rage around the world, but the game is becoming involved in bewildering incidents. Recently, in Michigan State, a wanted criminal was arrested after he entered a police station in order to catch monsters. He more or less turned himself in because of the Pokemon. All is well in this case, but some incidents are a bit more concerning. I definitely hope that we get to hear more amusing stories rather than concerning ones. Now, Going Global will be back next week with more exciting and interesting stories from all around the world. Thank you for watching.